Thank you for staying with us in our third and final hour of the South African morning. Let's bring you back to this story in KwaZulu-Natal, where Tongaat residents are taking their frustrations to the streets today. They're protesting over continuing poor service delivery. Now, they say they've been without water for over a month now, and eNCA's Lethiwe Mhluli is in Tongaat to convey these residents' messages to their councillor, to also, of course, share their views on why they are upset this morning. Letty, we're good to have you back. Earlier on, you had a conversation with both the residents as well as the councillor. I mean, I think it goes without saying the tensions are high this morning.
Of course, Dumelo, and residents are actually refusing to move from where they are. What you're seeing right now, the police have kind of tried to clean up the road, but they're saying that they're not going to move because they need the answers that they are demanding from officials. It's been 50 days. They are claiming that they haven't been without water for 50 days. And they are also saying that the water tankers that are being supplied to the area are not enough because Ward 58 is quite big. They are also saying that there's been no communication, where councillors are not communicating exactly what the situation is. About last month, during the floods, the water plant that supplies the Tongaat area was damaged by the floods, and we do understand from the councillor what he said is that the water there, or the works have not started. I do have a resident who wants to share more about this. Mr. Pile, you have claimed that the water plant officials have not started working in the one here in Tongaat, but you have seen officials working in the water plant near Umdloti.
Yes. Good morning. By the demonstration this morning, you can see the residents are very frustrated. And some of the interviews you did this morning did cover exactly what's going on in Tongaat. But I just want to share something with you. And I think that Tongaat is not being prioritized simply because the Tongaat Waterworks that's located in the Wewe area near Sandfields, that has been destroyed and damaged in the initial floods. And initially the roads were not accessible to get to the plant. But I just spoke to some individuals from the Haven of Rest that supply water to that area where people need water, and they drove into the waterwork area, and they said the roads are accessible, and the Tongaat Yellow Group has repaired those roads, but the work at the waterworks, Tongaat Waterworks, hasn't commenced as yet. In comparison to the waterworks that was destroyed at the Umdloti Waterworks in the second flood, the second aftermath of the flood, and Umdloti is about 10 kilometers away from Tongaat, and I feel as a resident that Umdloti Waterworks, they've commenced work with the Umdloti Waterworks. I drove into Umdloti yesterday, and I've seen pipes are being laid out and so on. And it seems like they've prioritized Umdloti Waterworks, and that's going to be repaired in no time. As compared to the waterworks in Tongaat, which is Tongaat Waterworks, it's gone over 50 days, and work hasn't commenced at the Tongaat Waterworks. So we live in the same municipality of eThekwini, where you have a situation. Tongaat Waterworks has been damaged over 50 days, and the municipality uses the excuse that the roads are not accessible. But it seems like the roads have been repaired, but what the repair work at Tongaat Waterworks has not commenced. But it's clearly evident that the repair work at Umdloti has started, and it's just a week now that that plant has been destroyed. So we live in the same municipality, but you prioritize Umdloti instead of prioritizing Tongaat. So that is my concern. And also, we've been asking for the layout of the water lines to map out and show us exactly how the water lines are running in the Tongaat area, so we can understand better in terms of, they talk about getting water from Mamba Ridge and different lines and so on. But the Tongaat community, we are in the dark in terms of not understanding how this entire thing works, and there seems to be no information that's been filtered from the officials of eThekwini, so for us to understand how the entire setup is in terms of the waterworks and the structure of it. But I just want to say in closing as well that it's very evident that Tongaat is being neglected. We are not being prioritized in comparison to Umdloti Waterworks. And this is the frustration of the people, and this is how they've gathered here this morning to express what we are going through. And we just hope after this demonstration this morning that the work at the Tongaat waterworks can commence with speed.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for that.
Dumelo, so that's one of the residents. Some claims there saying that or accusations basically saying that eThekwini municipality is prioritizing Umdloti instead of prioritizing Tongaat. They are also claiming that they've been without water for over 50 days. Last month, the deputy mayor here in eThekwini, Pilani Mavunda, did visit this area, and he did say that the water plant that supplies majority of this area was completely damaged during the floods, and he gave a time frame of 5 months as to when that plant will start working again. We will try and get a comment from the municipality as to what is going to happen to this community, and also the claims that they are making, saying that they've been neglected while other areas are being prioritized.
Yeah, I mean, Letio, if you think about it, over 50 days is close to 2 months now, and I can understand why the residents were even almost putting the councillor to a corner, wanting him to commit to timelines as to when they can help resolve these water issues. So that word and comment coming from the municipality definitely might be important in giving those residents time as to when they can expect these water issues to be resolved. But thank you so much for this. Letio Mdluli out in Tongaat.